Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel, coming back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, hey folks, sampler review, series reviews I do for the wino, where I go with their trout food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, and folks, I'm gonna talk about stuff. I'm gonna let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not gonna lie. At the time I'm doing this, I'm still waiting to go to the movie that I'm gonna go to. So I'm gonna, try to get through this relatively quickly, but I still got half an hour, so I'm all right. Going to see Nausicaa, by the way. Valley of the Wind. Hayao Miyazaki is like one of his first films. Good time. Fathom event. Anyway, whilst I'm doing all that stuff, folks, I'm going to yammer on about shit. I'm going to try out food and or drink items. I'm going to blather on about it for a bit. I'm inside my truck while I'm doing it. I'm doing something else. I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight super cool shirt. Super cool shirt tomorrow today. Boom, it's my Ventana shirt. Busting out the Ventana shirt. Because, and this is one of my older concert shirts. I don't wear it very often these days. But, Ventana's an excellent band, kind of industrial metal. Very political in some of their songs. I'd say most of their songs have something of a political message to them. And I will say, too, it's not heavy one way or the other or anything like that. It's not trying to be divisive. It's a lot of things I think most people could agree on. But, really enjoy these guys. They're kind of a branch off of the band Mushroomhead. I'm wearing it today because I'm going out to see a guy named Tim Skold, and he's got kind of an industrial sound to him, and I was like, bust out the Ventana shirt. I'm also wearing my Society 1 ring, which is they're at various points in their career, kind of an industrial band at times. They're out of California. And I'm wearing my bracelet here, which is done by my friend China McCoy, who's a martial artist, stuntman, actor, fucking comic book guy, all kinds of things. He makes these. And if you're ever interested, just hit me up in the comments. I'll send them your way. But anyway, what am I reviewing for y'all? What are we doing? Well, folks, there's a few things that you need to understand before I get into my review. Firstly, I'm going to be reviewing a sub sandwich. Secondly, I have been going on a sub sandwich adventure for at least over half a year at the time I'm doing this now. Number three, I have an entire playlist of just sub sandwiches called Subs for Subs. So if you're ever interested. And finally, number four, just remember, folks, Sunday is SUBday, because Sunday is the day that I go over there and upload my sub sandwich reviews. With that out of the way, where am I reviewing a sub from today? Boom, I'm going back to Jersey Mike's. But this is a unique one because I've reviewed a number of items from Jersey Mike's. In fact, one could say that Jersey Mike's basically was what got me started on this adventure that I've been on. Thing is, though, every sub that I've tried from Jersey Mike's, including the last one that I just did, which was my tuna fish sub, has been a cold sub. This is the first time that I'm going to do a warm sub review because, folks, this is specifically the Big Kahuna Chicken Cheesesteak sub, number 55, is with grilled onions, peppers, mushroom, jalapenos, and extra white American cheese, which I didn't realize. Actually, I do know that there's white American cheese. I accidentally got it one time. Like, I meant to just grab the normal Kraft stuff for some burgers, and I grabbed, like, some white stuff. And I guess it's still American cheese, just maybe a little bit different. But anyway, let's get this sub out. So I got this sub, and it's a regular size sub, and I got the mini sub, which was the tuna fish sub. They cut the mini one, the tuna fish one, but this one they didn't cut. Okie doke. I love you, Jersey Mike's. I love you. Okay, that ain't bad looking though. Say what you want, that's a pretty sexy looking sub. This is a good looking sub, right? This is, and it's on like their rosemary bread, and I got it Mike's Way, so it's got like the tomato, lettuce, red wine vinegar, olive oil, all that good stuff. I'm gonna try to eat this without getting all the fuck over me. I may fail. Let's try to... It is definitely a sloppy-ass sub. Alright, let's try to get it in there and get it in the mouth. I just noticed something. I don't think that's chicken. Unless they really ground it up or something like that. Yeah, I don't think that's chicken. I think they gave me just the normal Big Kahuna cheesesteak. Alright, well, I'll have to adjust the name of the thing. But I think it's basically the same stuff, just different protein. Steak versus chicken. So, okay. I will say, I would have imagined with the Big Kahuna title that there would have been pineapple involved. I would have liked that personally. I love pineapple, but I will say, this is a very, very good sub. I don't eat a lot of cheesesteak stuff. I'm not against it. It's just not something I go to all that often. I'm more of a cold sub guy. But as I've been expanding my ventures more and more, and I've been running through a lot of the cold subs that are available, I've moved more into the hot menu. I've done so with Podbelly. Well, Podbelly's all hot subs and everything. But I've been doing more Podbelly reviews lately. With this being my first, foray into Jersey Mike's and their hot menu, this is exceptionally good. Jersey Mike's, in terms of chain locations for subs, is pretty much at the top of my structure. Penn Coast subs are up there too. It could really go either way, but man, oh man. And this really continues that trend. I'm glad to see that they're not just good with the cold subs, they're really good with the hot subs as well. I love the melted cheese on top. Reminds me a little bit of an Italian beef with cheese, which I love. I love the pepper. It gives it a nice heat to it. Not super hot by any means, but it gives it that nice kind of radiant heat where it doesn't just go to the back of your throat. And kind of your entire mouth feels it. It just gives so much flavor. Tag in that with the jalapeno, that's giving that extra bit of heat, so you are getting a little bit more of it there. I like this a lot. Like, seriously. Going into this, I figured it was going to be good. It's Jersey Mike's, they do a damn fine job. I've established that. I didn't know how good it was going to be. This is exceptional. Genuinely. I would in fact go as far as to say that this would be one of my favorite offerings that I've had from Jersey Mike's. Maybe not my outright favorite. I'd have to kind of go back and, figure it out, but I don't think it would be quite at the top, but I love that I can taste every ingredient. I love that they're all bringing something to the overall, experience. And actually, let me take something back. I did not get this Mike's Way because they didn't offer it Mike's Way. I just got it with the rosemary bread. I got confused in my own stupid head. But, yeah, no, man, it's really good. And I love the addition of mushrooms. I know not everybody's into mushrooms. I love mushrooms. I hope in something like this, they do risk being lost a little bit, but what they do add is an earthiness to the whole thing. So you've got the savoriness and the really deliciousness of the meat, which tastes really good. It's, nice, it's tasty, it's fresh. You got that working with the cheese on top, which is doing a lot of the heavy lifting in terms of the flavor. But then when you really get into it, when you really start biting into it, that's when you get the red peppers. That's when you get the jalapeno. And then you get the mushrooms, just kind of in the middle of it all, sort of almost acting like a little bit of a counterbalance. It's like right in the middle between where the flavors are. This is exceptional. Jersey Mike's, seriously. I'm going to have to go over there. I'm going to have to up my game with Penn Station subs. The problem is there's only one anywhere close to where I live, and it's not that close. So it's not like a regular thing I can hit up. But I'm definitely going to have to hit them up more because, I'm going to need to, for right now, those two are pretty much my two big ones. Now, in terms of chain locations, begs mentioning, I reviewed a lot of smaller Italian delis that happen to be around me. Serino's is still probably my overall top. But chain location-wise, Jersey Mike's, I'm going to give it to Jersey Mike's right now just so I've had more to work with. But Penn Station's still really good. But this is an exceptional sub, even for someone like myself, who again, I like a cheesesteak, but it's not a go-to item for me usually. This is really good. I'm not saying it's like the most authentic cheesesteak or anything. I don't have that basis to go off of, clearly. But in terms of the flavors that are presented, the overall way it's put together, it's fantastic. So, I'm gonna put that down, and I'm going to wipe my hands off with something. And I managed to not get it all the fuck over me, so I'm pretty proud of that. But anyway, 5 things before I get out of here, folks. Have yourself a great rest of your day. 2 final things. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Absolutely and absolutely. Genuinely. The only people I could see maybe not being into this, I mean, there is a bit of heat to it. You know, just be aware. I didn't find it to be particularly abrasive, but if you're somebody who you're not into heat, just be aware it does have that heat aspect to it. So, take that into account. Only other people I could see maybe not being into it are like, you know, if you're like a cheesesteak purist. It might not fit your, you know, your standards. But for me as a, you know, cheesesteak, you know, just I'm an amateur. I enjoy it. 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day. Spectacular rest week. Monumentous. Much spends rest of your year. And folks, you can go over there and have yourselves a truly cheesesteak-tastic rest of your life. Man, I gotta hit up Philly at some point in time, right? Like, I got to. I mean, I say that like, I'll just do it one day, and it's like, I don't travel. And it's like, it's not just traveling, and then there's things, and it's expensive, and there's things. It's like, but one day I'd like to get out to Philly, get myself a proper Philly cheesesteak. But, final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity in your world. It's not always possible. It is, however, I always appreciate it. But what you do if you can't do it all the time, I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, it's not always the easiest thing to do in the world, although I will say it is easier to do when you have a delicious-ass sub like this. Just saying. But we're not always going to have that. Sometimes life's going to be very frustrating, stressful, etc. It's important when we run into those situations. Take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks. Do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, maybe you're going to go over there. Maybe you're going to try yourself out. A Big Kahuna cheesesteak sub from Jersey Mike's. And maybe you'll do 2 things. Number 1, maybe they'll remember to go over there and make it the chicken version, not the steak version. Not that I'm complaining, but I, did specifically request the chicken. I'm just saying. Maybe they knew what I really wanted in my soul. And conversely, maybe you'll remember that you didn't get it Mike's way and then end up making yourself look like an asshole when you're going over there and doing a review on your YouTube channel. Do you have a YouTube channel? If you're watching this, you probably do, although I suppose you could just watch it on somebody else's channel. But, maybe you have your own channel. Maybe you review stuff, too. I know people who review stuff. Nathan's Fast Talk Food Reviews, Andrew Pinion, Fine Dining. There's been others that I need to look into. There's lots of people who do this. You can watch those if you don't like mine. Bye.